All right, shalom. This is GMS Wisconsin. We'd like to give praise to Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, and double honors to the elders apostles.
Honors to the elders, the apostles.
And this is the lesson called Baltimore,
Yeah.
Ferguson.
Yeah, state. I got it. State of emergency. Baltimore, Ferguson. Get ready. Yeah. Look like it's in the theater near y'all. So you can start explaining to them, cuz. Yeah, we went on Amazon, and you know, they say niggas don't read. We read. We ain't niggas. We Israelites.
So we got a martial law, the lifetime of a Baltimore Black Panther. Go by the name of what's his name?
Marshall Eddie Conway. Yep.
So yeah.
Get that last person, Dominique.
And Dominique Stevenson.
The author.
Okay, go ahead, cuz.
All right, we're gonna start right here. It says, in 1969, Eddie Conway exposed the FBI's infiltration on the Baltimore Black Panther Party. 1 year later, they framed him for a murder he didn't commit. Now, in his 40th year of wrongful incarceration, Eddie Conway tells the real story of the Baltimore Panther Party and a life dedicated to organizing in prison and on the streets. All right, this is about the author. Marshall Eddie Conway is a former member of the Baltimore chapter of the Black Panther Party. In 1969, he uncovered evidence of the FBI's infiltration of the Panthers as a part of the COINTELPRO initiative.
Right.
And found himself locked away 1 year later, convicted of a murder he did not commit. Currently into his 4th decade of incarceration in a Maryland correctional facility, he has played a leading role in a variety of prisoner support initiatives, including the formation of the Maryland chapter of the United Prisoners Labor Union and the ACLU's Prison Committee to Correct Prison Candidates, as well as the American Friends Service Committee, a Friend of a Friend program. Mr. Conway is the author of 2 books, The Greatest Threat, The Black Panther Party, and COINTELPRO.
One more time.
It says he is the author of two books, The Greatest Threat.
Now y'all hear this right? Now this is The Greatest Threat, and he talking about the black man.
The Black Panther Party, and COINTELPRO.
So all you niggas that join the Black Panther Party in these new days and time, welcome to the FBI or organization, motherfucker.
Yeah. And COINTELPRO, and his memoir, Martial Law, The Life and Times of a Baltimore Black Panther. He has a bachelor's degree in social science from Coppin State University.
Sell out.
Yeah, there you go.
Sell out. He sold out. He sold out to the elites.
Right, that's how he got all them organizations, and just like when Hitler went to jail. When did they go and school Hitler and let him know what he was gonna do when he was in prison? Same thing they did to who was that? Malcolm X, or was that Martin Luther King?
I think it was
Who went to prison? Then that's when they picked him up.
Malcolm X.
Oh,
Malcolm X.
Yeah,
Malcolm
yeah.
X. See that? They get a lot of these guys out of prison.
Which is named Detroit Red.
Yeah.
It says Dominique. Do you want to read this one too?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's the lady and shit. She an author and all that. Show us connect though. But okay, Ecclesiastics 7:7. Yeah, somebody had comments on that.
Yeah, I was going to do.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right, so he's not a wise man because he's not oppressed.
Right.
Look like to me he went to prison and became a friend of a friend.
All right.
Go ahead, girl. You got something to say?
That was it.
Nigga, a friend of a friend.
And the gift destroys the heart.
Right, and what was his gift they gave this nigga? A bachelor degree, so he can be a part of their learned environments. Yeah. They gave that nigga 2 books he get to write, yeah. So he'll always be known in history. They gave him what else, cuz? A chapter in prison.
Including the formation of Maryland chapter of the United Prisons labor union, an organization he started, and the ACLU's prison committee to correct prison conditions, as well as the American Friends Service Committees, a friend of a friend program.
Dang.
Now, to even start them programs, you have to be up under like a 501c3 charter. Fucking sellout.
Right, we called y'all straight out. And they made sure they gave him a part of that labor union so he can help prisoners get jobs on their way out. So his name always to be exalted where? In his community. Who all coming out of prison? Black motherfuckers.
And they made sure he go to one of these universities too.
To become a part of their learned environment.
So he can learn his philosophies and stuff.
Yeah. Now hit him with yours, cuz. What was that? Well, man, Isaiah 59:13.
Yeah,
Watch this one, cuz. This for the juggler right here.
Yeah. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 13.
Yeah, to 15. Now watch this. This is gonna call him straight out.
In transgression and lying against the Most High.
See, that's the first thing that man did.
Yeah.
Transgress. He sinned against the Lord, and he lied by what? Becoming a friend of our enemies, Esau.
And departing away from our power.
Right, he departed away. Ain't no scriptures or nothing or your nationality came up out of that. All he got for you is, let me help you if you in prison, they ain't treating you right. Let me help you if you get out of jail to get a job under his labor. What else he got? Those two, and that's it. That's about, yeah, and a couple of books that he can reference to you to learn your history.
Right. The Lord said don't make covenants with the heathen. He made a covenant.
Speaking oppression and revolt.
See that man was speaking oppression and revolt, because there's people gonna run to revolt once I get the job and I'm good, and then I'm gonna learn to be a part of the Baal Barif, a part of the community.
Conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure he'll tell you that he did that from the bottom of his heart. But what do the scriptures say about a man's heart?
And judgment.
That it's evil and it's wicked and it's and who shall know it?
Deceitful above all things.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
And judgment is turned away backwards. And justice stand or fall off.
That's why even today we got to do a lesson on things that he thought he got himself involved in 40 years ago that he got framed and went to jail for, called the Black Panther Party.
For truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter.
Yeah.
Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey.
Yeah, because they coming up with all these books, all these philosophies to keep Jake asleep. And that nigga's a prime example of being a sellout and leading them philosophies. That's why equity and truth cannot enter, because they being scattered amongst these other doctrines.
Yeah. And they want to write books like Polite. Probably inspired that nigga.
Right.
And the Most High saw it, and it displeased him.
You hear that, Polite?
And the Most High saw it, and it displeased him, and there was no judgment.
See that? And there is no judgment. That's why this nigga talking about I'm going to get the Crips and the Bloods against y'all. Type of shit, nigga type of shit is that.
Your bitch ass want to shoot up the Bible.
Look like they worried more about going against Esau right about now.
Right. Let's go into the COINTELPRO. That's what Esau got for that monkey ass.
You want the methods first?
No, just the top COINTELPRO. Give him a little synopsis of it.
All right.
Because he said this is one of the biggest evils outside of the Black Panther Party.
This is COINTELPRO, an acronym for Counterintelligence Program. Was a series of covert and at times illegal projects conducted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, aimed to surveying, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting domestic political organizations. National Security Agency Operation Project Minaret targeted the personal communications of leading civil rights leaders, Americans who criticized the Vietnam War, including Senators Frank Church and Howard Baker, journalists and athletes. It says the FBI has used covert operations against domestic political groups since its inception. However, covert operations under the official COINTELPRO label took place between 1956 and 1971. COINTELPRO tactics are still used to this day and have been alleged to include discrediting targets through psychological warfare, smearing individuals and groups using forged documents and by planting false reports in the media, harassment, wrongful imprisonment, and illegal violence, including assassination. The FBI's stated motivation was protecting national security, preventing violence, and maintaining the existing social and political order.
Exactly, meaning the how you say it, the elites' way of life.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
And y'all elites here in America, don't think I was gonna say the Rothschilds and shit. It's Bush, Cheney, your elected officials.
Yeah, the nobles.
The nobles.
Like,
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
There you go. That's who your hierarchies is. Your senator and shit.
Right. Warren Buffett.
Right.
Faggot. It says FBI records show that COINTELPRO resources targeted groups and individuals that the FBI deemed subversive, including communist and socialist organizations.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, cuz I was going to say, yeah, read those organizations that got targeted. Some of y'all ass don't know y'all on the list, just like today y'all on that same COINTEL list, but this time it's called Project Magneto.
So it's a different name, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, they mixed them together. They used the COINTELPRO to do the surveillance and the tactics, but the FBI came in because they under the new wave of the 21st century of you radicals, you so-called Bible, what they call them, people who believe in the end of the world. End time prophecy believer, Bible believers. They got y'all ass on there. You white supremacist crackers. Right. Y'all on here, so don't worry about it. We got y'all.
It says communist and social organizations and individuals associated with the civil rights movement, including the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and others, which he was set up, associated with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and the Congress of Racial Equality and other civil rights organizations, black nationalist groups, the Young Lords, the Rainbow Coalition, the American Indian Movement, the white supremacist groups, the Ku Klux Klan, the National States Rights Party, a broad range of organizations labeled New Left, including Students for a Democratic Society and the Weathermen. Almost all groups protesting the Vietnam War, as well as individual students, demonstrators with no group affiliation, the National Lawyers Guild. It says organizations and individuals associated with the women's rights movement.
What?
Right.
Y'all bitches on that today.
Right. It says nationalist groups such as those seeking independence for Puerto Rico, United Ireland.
No, they're going to put Ephraim on there.
Yeah, the Cubans.
It says United Ireland and Cuban exile movements, including Orlando Bosch, Cuban Power, and the Cuban Nationalist Movement, and additional notable Americans. For example, Albert Einstein, who was a socialist, and a number of several civil rights groups came under FBI surveillance during the years just before COINTELPRO's official inauguration.
Yeah, methods. Yeah, we scale right down to their methods. Because they say they're using it today, right?
Right.
Well, let's identify what methods, because they might be using it on you. Oh, yeah, for all you smart ass, we already know they using it on us, so don't try to act like you threw some shit back at me.
Right. It says, according to attorney Brian Glick in his book, War at Home, the FBI used 4 main methods during COINTELPRO.
All right.
Infiltration. Agents and informers did not merely spy on political activists. Their main purpose was to discredit and disrupt. Their very presence served to undermine trust and scare off potential supporters. The FBI and the police exploited this fear to smear genuine activists as agents. Psychological warfare. The FBI and the police used myriad dirty tricks to undermine progressive movements. They planted false media stories and published bogus leaflets and other publications in the name of targeted groups. They forged correspondence, sent anonymous letters, and made anonymous telephone calls. They spread misinformation about meetings and events, set up pseudo-movement groups run by government agents, and manipulated or strong-armed parents, employers, landlords, school officials, and others to cause trouble for activists. They used bad jacketing to create suspicion about targets, activists.
Right, so when that nigga came down there, cuz, why the COINTELPRO could have paid him and sent him down there?
Because the police didn't come or nothing. And then who the fuck pulls out a weapon in public like that?
And then after it was all done,
yep,
the paddy wagon came back.
Right.
And then they came by again.
Yep.
And then again.
And it looked like they were just making sure
they want to see our reaction.
Yeah.
Like, okay, is they scared? Is they finna leave? Like, what's their reaction?
Right.
So y'all some fuck boys. Y'all gotta come better than that though.
Right. It says strong armed parents, employers, landlords, school officials, and others to cause trouble for activists. They use bad jacketing to create suspicion about targeted activists, sometimes with lethal consequences.
Yeah.
It says legal harassment. Legal harassment. The FBI and police abuse the legal system to harass dissidents and make them appear to be criminals. Officers of the law gave perjured, however you say that shit, testimony, like perjury or and presented fabricated evidence as a pretext for false arrest and wrongful imprisonment. They discriminatorily enforce tax laws and other government regulations to use conspicuous surveillance.
Exactly. Now, that's like with us. Now I see why they intercept my taxes.
Yeah.
And now I see why they was on Charmy about hers.
Yeah.
And intercepted it and everything. And was like, we don't give a fuck what bills you gotta pay. They was trying to shake us up. That shit didn't work. That was a good one though.
Oh shit!
Remember
that's
that
what's
shit?
going on. Okay.
Yeah, cuz go ahead, put that shit, put their ass on wax.
Right,
Fuck
Now the little broad I talked to and shit, we supposed to get our taxes in the process for eight weeks.
Right.
We called their ass yesterday, and they saying every time the fucking mail lady get the fucking mail, they send it to the post office, and the post office been sending it back each time.
So now you know who doing it.
Right.
You just reading it. That's why I said let's see what kind of method they gonna use. Yeah, they own us, but we own y'all.
Right.
This lesson let us know we got our foot on y'all neck.
Okay. It says
No, cuz you got anything else? Keep talking shit.
Oh,
Get in on their ass.
Yeah, that was it though.
Cause they gonna watch this video. They gonna watch this video before we get anybody else to watch our shit.
Yeah.
That's how serious they own us.
Yeah, they're gonna be the first one to watch our shit. So they're gonna be using their methods time and time anyway.
So we know y'all shit. We ain't ignorant of Satan's device, even though you're getting advantage over us.
Right. It says legal harassment. It says the FBI and police abuse the legal system to harass dissidents. I think that's right. Dissidents and make them appear to be criminals. Let me see. Officers of the law gave purged testimonies and presented fabricated evidence as a pretext for false arrests and wrongful imprisonment. They discriminatorily enforce tax laws and other government regulations and use conspicuous surveillance, investigative interviews, and grand juries subpoenas in an effort to intimidate activists and silence their supporters. It says legal force or illegal force. The FBI conspired with local police departments to threaten dissidents, to conduct illegal break-ins in order to search dissident homes, and to commit vandalism, assaults, beatings, and assassinations. The project was to frighten or eliminate dissidents and disrupt their movements.
We ain't got to get on to that. We just use their 4 major tactics.
Yep.
They're going to go into a little detail. But yeah, that's the 4 major tactics that they actually used against us. And y'all getting a brief review of how this COINTEL worked and how it's still being worked today. And us brothers, even in this camps, got examples of them using it on us legally, illegally, behind the scenes, surveillance, everything. And a lot of you other brothers in GMS know what we talking about. And my back up. All you fuck niggas who on the sideline watching, we don't give a fuck about what y'all got to say.
Then you know, I work in a factory. I work 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So we got these temps be coming in because you never know, they sending agents too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
They be sending agents to watch brothers too.
Just to see how you is at work.
Yep. They used to do that shit to me all the time. They still doing it to me.
Yeah.
It says post COINTELPRO operations. While COINTELPRO was officially terminated in April 1971, critics allege that continuing FBI action indicated